Jack Ma, the man who went from failing exams to becoming the billionaire founder of Alibaba, once said, "Never give up. Today is hard, tomorrow will be worse, but the day after tomorrow will be sunshine." But behind this inspiring quote lies a story that most people don't know, a story full of struggle, rejection, and relentless determination. Jack was born in Hangzhou, China, in a modest family. His father was a traditional musician, and his mother took care of the household. Jack's early life was not easy. The city around him was changing rapidly, but his family had very little money. Unlike many kids who had access to books and private tutors, Jack spent his childhood learning English the hard way by talking to foreigners at the local hotel. Every day he would ride his bicycle for miles just to practice English with tourists. People laughed at him. They said he was wasting his time. But Jack didn't listen. He knew that language was the key to the world beyond his small town. When Jack grew older, he applied for college. But he failed the entrance exams twice. Most people would have given up. Most people would have accepted that perhaps education was not for them. But not Jack. He believed that failure was not a wall. It was a stepping stone. Eventually, he got into Hangzhou Teachers Institute, where he graduated with an English degree. But even after graduation, life didn't make things easy for him. After college, Jack tried to find a job. He applied for dozens of positions, over 30 jobs in one stretch, but was rejected every single time. When he applied for KFC, one of the biggest companies in China at the time, he was the only applicant out of 24 to be rejected. Can you imagine that? The world said no to Jack Ma. Most people would have been crushed by such repeated rejections. But Jack saw these failures differently. He said, "I was rejected because I was not good enough. Yet, I had to learn, improve, and keep going." In 1995, Jack was introduced to the internet for the first time. It was during a trip to the United States, and he searched online for China and was shocked. There were only a handful of websites about his entire country. That moment changed his life forever. He realized that the internet was not just a tool, it was a revolution. It was an opportunity to connect the world to China's businesses. He came back home determined to build something new. But building a business is never easy, especially when no one believes in you. Jack started his first company, China Pages, which was like China's first online directory. Investors laughed at him. People said the internet was just a passing fad in China. But Jack believed in his vision. He worked day and night, often sleeping on the office floor, eating instant noodles and facing endless setbacks. But every failure taught him something new. Every no pushed him to try harder. Jack often says, "You should learn from your competitors, but never copy them." Innovation comes from seeing the world differently. In 1999, in his small apartment with just a few friends, Jack Ma founded Alibaba. They didn't have fancy offices or millions of dollars. What they had was a dream and an unstoppable will. Jack and his team worked tirelessly, sometimes for 16 to 18 hours a day. They faced a world where banks refused to lend them money, and most people thought their business would fail. Even some of his closest friends doubted him. But Jack believed in his vision, to create a platform where small businesses could reach customers worldwide. That belief was stronger than any doubt or rejection. The first years were brutal. Alibaba faced competition, skepticism, and financial problems. But Jack never let fear take control. He often gathered his small team and said, "Customers first, employees second, shareholders third." His leadership was not about wealth or power. It was about building a company with purpose. Slowly, Alibaba grew. Slowly, people started noticing. And by the 2000s, the company became the largest e-commerce platform in China. Today, Alibaba is worth billions, connecting millions of businesses and customers worldwide. But Jack Ma's story is not just about money. It's about mindset. He says that the biggest asset a person can have is not money or education, but resilience. When he faced rejection, poverty, and failure, he didn't give up. When the world laughed at him, he used it as fuel. When people said he couldn't do it, he proved them wrong. Jack Ma teaches us that success is not instant. It's built from small failures, lessons learned, and relentless persistence. One of the most inspiring things about Jack Ma is his attitude toward fear and failure. He once said, "If you don't give up, you still have a chance." Giving up is the greatest failure. He also believes that young people should embrace risk, try new things, and not fear failure. Because failure is the teacher, and courage is the key to unlocking success. Jack's journey also reminds us of the power of vision. He didn't just want to be rich. He wanted to empower small businesses, create jobs, and change the way China interacted with the world. Vision, combined with persistence, is what separates ordinary people from extraordinary leaders. Jack Ma faced obstacles that could have broken most people, but his vision was bigger than any challenge. Today, Jack Ma travels the world, gives speeches, and inspires millions. But he never forgets his roots. He remembers riding his bike to practice English, sleeping on office floors, and facing rejection after rejection. Every failure, every hardship was a lesson that made him stronger. His story teaches us that success is not about avoiding failure. It's about facing it, learning from it, and moving forward with courage. So, what can we learn from Jack Ma? First, don't fear failure. It is part of the journey. Second, work hard, even when no one believes in you. Third, believe in your vision, even when the world says no. And finally, remember that success is not just about wealth. It's about creating something meaningful that impacts others. If Jack Ma can rise from rejection, poverty, and doubt to become one of the world's most influential entrepreneurs, then so can anyone who dares to dream and refuses to quit. Jack Ma's life is a powerful reminder. Your failures do not define you. Your perseverance does. Every rejection is a lesson. Every setback is an opportunity, and every dream, no matter how impossible it seems, can become reality if you keep pushing forward. Today, if you are facing challenges, remember Jack Ma's journey. Keep learning, keep trying, and one day, you will see the sunshine after the storm.